What's up, B-Words? Here we are to talk about another movie. Today we're going to be talking about C.O.R.N, A Field of Screams. C.O.R.N is an acronym for Collective Order of Recreational Necrophilanthropists. Yes, that's apparently a thing. So these dudes kidnap people and they taxidermy them, for lack of a better word, and then put them on display for their little weird freak show. It's like an art group. They're very artsy. They vote to see who has the best thing.
Now we have some very interesting entries this year.
But this movie takes place somewhere in the Midwest. I'm not sure if they actually ever mention the state itself, but it's surrounded by corn. As you can see from the poster there with a person and a scarecrow, this poster reeks of 2005. This is not a bad thing. This is a great thing. That was a wonderful time for films. I loved the mid-2000s, and this screams it. It would fit in perfectly right there. It's like a warm bath. It has everything you need. But I'm getting away from the subject at hand. This film is about two teens who are on a road trip with their stepfather. As they're driving through the middle of nowhere, they get a flat tire. And them, being the teenage do-nothings that they are, opt to stay in the car while he goes for help. They get bored and they go off for quite some time. They're out for days. They meet the locals, they find a place to stay, they go to more than one party. They're living it up. But, of course, because this is a horror movie, things are gonna go awry for our friends here. As I mentioned before with those, necrophilanthropists, they're picking up people left and right, so as people start to go missing, things get interesting. In a move pulled out of the Jurassic Park handbook, we have a sign where you're not quite sure which way you're supposed to go, and our two teens here head to the wrong house. This is a house that is hosting the party with these necrophilanthropists. That is a mouthful. For a little while, this teen who's barely costumed does fit into this masquerade ball of a bunch of older artisans.
This is unreal.
But eventually he is found out and things go south for him pretty quickly. For a movie that is about taxidermying humans, it's not too much in the gore or body horror. There's a little bit though for you. So like, nothing about this movie really screams awesome, but I enjoyed it. Like, the writing's not super stellar, but it is fun. The acting is doing the best with what it can with, you know, the dialogue it has to say. The effects are decent. We have some pretty good ones there, but by and large, it's just a bunch of like, let me draw a line across your neck type of dealy, which is never the best. But again, there's a few drops there of something that's really good. And it does subvert my expectations, and that doesn't mean it's always gonna be good just because I didn't expect it. But some of these things, I was like, okay, I didn't see that coming, and I kind of like where it went. There are fun characters, there's some fun plot points, there's definitely some good twists. And I did say twists, plural. There's a few things that just come out at you, and I'm like, all right, I see what you're doing there. I'm not gonna say that this is some Academy Award winning acting or the best script in the world, but it is competently made, the script is fun, and the actors certainly do their job with what they are given. This movie's by Rob and Christian. You know what they say, never trust a man with two first names. Or a lady, not sure. Me from the future, he's a guy. He did a pretty good job on this. I'm excited to see what he does in the future. This is a 2021 film in the year of our Lord, COVID, and to get anything at all is pretty impressive, but let alone something that I actually didn't hate, because nowadays I hate most things, but this was pretty good.
Anybody have a signal? Tony, we're in the middle of the maze.
Could be a fun Halloween watch, definitely fun for a group watch. I watched it alone and totally found it enjoyable. This is on Amazon Prime, so you can go watch this for free, assuming you are a Prime member, but honestly, who isn't nowadays? Jeff Bezos runs the world. Check it out, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, fuck off.
Just daggers, you know that he's the sharpest in the shed with content, so killer that he left them all for dead. Yeah, cause like I said, no, he don't do this just for fun. Never stop until the top because he's going #1. Just daggers, always cutting through the competition. Everybody listen, homie, he came up here on a mission. Got him wishing that he could take a break to stunt, but the point's to stay sharp, never going blunt. Just daggers, just daggers, just daggers, just daggers, just daggers, just daggers. It's on point, cause you know we stay sharp. Just daggers, just daggers, just daggers, just daggers.